Hey there Pocket X people, I just wanted to jump on video and shoot a quick introduction to what I'm going to be teaching you today. Now there's been a buzzword going around for the last few weeks, maybe even a few months if you're in the right loops, and it's about something called Teespring. Okay, now Teespring is basically where you can make your own t-shirts and you can sell them and you get a split of the profits if they go to production. Okay, now there's a lot of courses going around at the moment and this isn't taking anything away from those courses, they're good solid courses, but I do it slightly differently, and in the true nature of Pocket Ace promotion and why I even started this, I want to teach you how to do this for free. Now some of these techniques do cost money, but I am going to show you some free ways as well, so don't worry about that. So if you've got no money whatsoever, your training's free, you can do this free and you can earn some money. So I'm going to nip over onto the computer now and just show you what it's all about, actually what Teespring is, what the subjects are and how you can actually make some money off this. So hopefully this will help you out. Like I say, there are courses out there, so if you've got one of those courses already, don't worry, this might well help because I do it slightly differently to the ones I've been seeing, but hopefully everyone learns something, so let's get on with it.
Okay, so here we are over on my screen so you can see what I'm going on about. Now, first and foremost, what is Teespring? If you haven't heard of this before, this is the website teespring.com. Basically, they're a place that lets you design your own t-shirts. Now, you can earn money because they cover their costs, and then whatever the difference is to what you set the selling price to, that's what you get paid. Okay, now there's various other things you have to watch as well, but I will go into them as we go through setting up a campaign. So that's all Teespring is. It's a way to make your own t-shirts. You can design them very easily. I'll show you in just a second, and then you earn the difference between their costs and what you are charging people for. Okay, now the costs vary depending on how many you're gonna get printed, and again I will cover that in just a second. So it's much easier to just go in and show you about this. So I'm going to log in. I've made a brand new account already, but if you needed to do this, all you would do is you would sign up, which is nice and easy, but I've already done that, so I'm just going to log into that now. Okay, so sign in. As you can see, you can just create a new account if you needed to, so I'm just signing into this. Now, as I said, this is a brand new account, so there's nothing in here whatsoever. So as you can see, I've got no active campaign, so I'm going to literally just show you how to do that. So click to launch a new campaign, and it will come up with a blank t-shirt for you. Now, it really is as simple as typing or adding the images that you want. So this bit is not difficult, but you know, it's something you can do to make some money. It costs you nothing up front, this stuff, by the way, either. So what we do is we just add our text here. So I'm going to do something silly just to get some text on there. Just change that just so it fits onto the one line. There we go, and then you can change your text, so you can go down here and do whatever it is you want to do with that. You can also change the color. All right, and you can like shrink it and expand it to make it bigger, smaller, depending on what you want to do. You can also rotate it if you want it off kilter or anything like that. So I mean, there's plenty of things you can do here, and then you can just trash it if you got it completely wrong. Okay, right. Now you can also add artwork. I will be showing you how to get ideas for this, but for this, just to show you what it is, you can see that you can browse their art library, which is a collection of stuff that they give you to use on t-shirts, or you can upload your own, which is by far the better idea. But maybe you're just starting this off and you just want to try some stuff out. Now this is by far the easiest way, and costs you no pence again. So if we go in here and go browse the art gallery, and we will grab this guy just here, just click on there and you'll see he's in there now. Now you can move him about. Likewise, you can move your text about, so we can say we want him up there a bit bigger, and then we'll put our text under there like so. And now we have our super cool t-shirt that we just made in a couple of seconds. Okay, down the side here you've got the different colors. You can choose what color you want to be. The fact that this is dark, we obviously want a light color behind it, so let's grab that there. And then you've got the quality of the shirt you want. Now if you look down here, there's a base cost. So this is what it's going to cost them to manufacture these shirts. So for example, if you say you're going to make 50 shirts like it is at the moment, they're saying it's going to cost $7.80 for them to manufacture it. Now, whatever you put on top of that price is what you can earn in commission. Okay, so obviously that's quite good. But the flip side is you have to sell a minimum of that 50 shirts. Otherwise, they won't make any, and you won't make any money whatsoever. I'll show you how it works better on the next page, but just keep that in mind. Sometimes it's better to take less of a commission and have to sell less, because you know you're going to actually sell them and make any money at all. All right, I'll explain it a little bit more when we're going through the slider charts in a minute. Okay, on here you've also got the quality of the t-shirt. If you look at that price down there, you'll see if I go up quality, then the base cost becomes more. quite simple. The better the quality, the more it's going to cost them, therefore the more it's going to cost you. Okay, so we're going to just leave it at the budget ones for now, but you can see it changes depending on what it is. It's also got different colors because the higher the quality, the better the t-shirt colors you can get. Okay, so we're going to leave it on the cheap one for now, and then we're going to click on next step. Now this is where all this slider and sales goals stuff that I mentioned before comes into play, because as you can see up the top, we've actually got a slider that means we can change how many our sales goal is. As I mentioned before, the higher the sales goal is, the less it costs them, because obviously they've got a longer run of t-shirts, so the more they can offer you as far as the commission part is concerned. Okay, so just to show you the difference, what the different parts are, here's our t-shirt. If we'd have done a back print, we'd be able to see it here, but we haven't. So we just got the front. Obviously the back print would cost more again, so we're just keeping it nice and simple. Now this here, the sales goal, we literally slide it up and down or enter the number that we want. So if we thought we had a big enough fan base that we're going to easily sell 100 t-shirts, we could change this to 100. And we can see that down here the estimated profit changes. Now if I put it back down to 50 again, change that back to 10 where it was before, we can see that it's back down to $110. Now, I'm not sure why it just flicked me up by $0.25, but it did. I've just popped it back down again. Okay, so at the moment, we got 50. We're selling them at $10 each, and we would make $110 in profit if we sold all of those. Now, I actually suggest selling t-shirts for about $19. That's not too much to ask. I'm in the UK, so I usually work it out on my own stuff as well. So that's about £12 at the moment, something like that, £11–12. And that's not a lot of money to ask for a t-shirt, especially if it's got some sort of slogan on it or something that people are going to like wearing. So I would suggest putting it at $19. As you can see, just by changing it to that $19, we're now earning a lot more. For that same 50, we're now going to earn $560 in profit. But here's the thing, I don't think you should really, especially when you're first starting out, you shouldn't go for a goal of 50 unless you know for a fact you've got some sort of club or somewhere you know these are going to sell and you know you're going to make that 50. Because even if you sell 49 of these, you won't get a penny because they won't make them. So my advice to you is to reduce the sales goal so that you make sure you're going to get some money. Now you can go as far down as 10, but you'll see the difference it makes to your commission. You still get $95 for selling all 10 of those. Again, not bad at all. And most people can find somewhere that will buy 10 of something as long as you do the research properly for the design. However, my advice to you, if you're feeling a little bit confident, is put it up to 25, okay? Now, the reason for this is it actually brings the base price of the t-shirt down by like $1 or so, which means that you're going to earn a lot more per t-shirt, and it puts it up to over $250 in profits when you sell them. Now, 25, again, isn't too difficult to do. So let's set this one at 25 and let's go to the next step. Now I've already filled some of this in to save us some time on this video, but basically what you want to do here is put some sort of exclusivity, some sort of cool factor. Now this is just a t-shirt that we've just thrown together in a couple of seconds, so we haven't really done any research as such, but you still want to focus on what the t-shirt's about. If this was something like a profession or some sort of slogan for a team or something like that, then we would use that in our copy. But for this, we're just going to take what we've done here nice and quickly. So I've mentioned the fact it's for cool kids, so it's the cool thing. I've also given it some exclusivity by saying it's available for 7 days only. Right, then in the description I've said it's limited edition, and I've just tried to focus on what this crowd will be thinking about. So in this particular sense, we're pretending there's this group of cool kids who want to wear this shirt. So what we're doing is we're trying to play on those emotions, on the fact that they want to be one of the cool kids. Okay, so we've got ever wanted to be one of the cool kids. Now for only 7 days you can join the elite with this limited edition t-shirt. No more sand kicked in your face. That's kind of a mixed message, and it's just something I've thrown up there, but you get the idea. You just take the passions of whatever it is you're marketing to and you make a little bit of blurb in there. Now I've set it to 7 days, which is fine. You can do it less. This is especially good if it's based around an event that you're doing or an event that you're promoting, or maybe an event that you've jumped on board with. Now I should mention, with all of these sort of things, go careful with copyright. Okay, always check that you're not breaching on anyone's copyright, whether it's a slogan, a symbol, whatever it is. There's a lot of things going around at the moment based around sports, okay, and sports people are passionate buyers of merchandise, but that's the thing, their merchandise is their merchandise. You start using logos and things that belong to them and you are going to get shut down quicker than you can blink. Okay, so don't do it. It's just not worth it. So try and go for things that are a little bit outside the box and that aren't just based on things like sports teams and the sports colours and the sports symbols, because you will run into trouble. And even if you don't run into trouble, you're risking something you don't need to. There's plenty of ideas out there without breaching any of this. Anyway, legal, even though I'm not a lawyer, type ramble over. Right, then what you do is you choose a URL. This is what you can send people to once you've set all this up. So you just choose something that's to do with your t-shirt. Okay, so on this one I put Cool Kid t-shirt. So when you send people to this page that you'll see in a moment when we preview it, it'll be teespring.com/ whatever it is you chose. Okay, it will actually check to see if it's available, so don't worry if you choose something that isn't. Just put a number on the end or a symbol on the end, something like that. Shipping options, you can allow them to pick it up from where you are, but the thing is I'm going to be marketing this all over the world, and I'm pretty sure that people aren't going to hop on a plane to come pick up their t-shirt, no matter how much they love it. So then we've got additional products. We've just made a t-shirt here, but if we want to, we can actually make similar items but for different people. So we got the women's tee, so we say yes, we'd like a women's tee. Yes, we'd like a long sleeved. Yes, we'd like a hoodie. And yes, we'd like the white athletic wear. Okay, now these are all different options we can have now. What they've done is they've taken the profit we would have made per t-shirt that we did on the previous screen, and they've just made the prices based on that. So whenever we sell this, we'll make just under $11. Next, you just have to check to say that you've read the terms of service. And this is, again, I've already gone over this slightly. It's images, slogans, stuff like that mustn't infringe upon the rights of any third party. So if it belongs to someone else, just stay away from it. It's just not worth the hassle. So now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to preview this rather than launch it, because this isn't a t-shirt I'm going to be throwing out there on the market. This is just something I'm doing to show you the process and how blinking simple it is to make some money. So we're just waiting for that to save, and then it will pop up and it'll show us what it would look like to people that we send to our page. Now you can see why I said it was important to put something in the titles that made people look, made people think, oh, I have to get this now. And also something that focused on whatever the t-shirt was about, the market that we're trying to sell to. Because up the top there, you've got a nice big heading. And then down the side, you've got the fact that it's about cool kids, it's limited edition, etc., etc. And if they're interested in the subject matter, they're going to go ahead and buy it. You've got your $19 price tag. You've got your goal at the bottom so people can see that it is limited edition. Now, I haven't mentioned this before, but you can actually sell far more than your goal. It's not like it's capped so that when I reach 25 sales, that's it, it's shut down. Not at all. I could carry on. I could sell thousands of this t-shirt if it goes well. And this is where the downside to the lower goal comes into play, because I will only ever earn the same amount of profit per t-shirt no matter how many I sell past that 25. Now, if I'd have been confident that I could sell 500 of them, then I could up it to 500 minimum sales. I would earn a lot more per t-shirt. But again, if I only sold 499 shirts, I wouldn't make a penny. So it's always, in my mind anyway, better to go for the slightly lower commission rate, slightly lower sales goal, and actually make money as many times as possible. And that's all there is to it. So we're going to earn about $11 off of every single t-shirt that's sold. So we know from going back to our design and back into the setting a goal that we can make over $260 from selling just these 25 t-shirts. Now let's imagine that we sold 100 t-shirts over the whole campaign, and we're making nearly $11 per t-shirt in profit, which means we would make $1,100 over that campaign. And it can keep going. I mean, the more you sell, the more you make, but it will only ever be that $10, $11 per t-shirt profit. Right, so now that we know how to set up a campaign, you can see how simple it is, how easy it is. You can upload your own artwork and all that sort of stuff. Where do we actually get the ideas from in the first place? So I'm going to show you a few places now where you can get some ideas to get started. Now, this isn't copying, this is inspiration. So let's hop over and look at a couple of sites you can check out.